Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. We have another banger from Big Bang Comics, Big Bang Comics number 10. This is a super amazing issue. Not only does it feature a crossover with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it also features the first published work of amazing comic book artist Chris Samnee. I cannot wait to share this with you guys, so subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and let's get right into it. I know I keep saying it, but Big Bang is just a treasure trove of hidden gems, and I cannot think of a much better example than this issue. It is so good. I cannot, first of all, I love the cover. It's a great homage. We have, Knignt Watchman and Galahad, and the freaking Ninja Turtles there. Like, it's so bizarre, blink and you miss them. You think that you would want to, emblazon on them on the cover and be like, yes, the Turtles are here, buy this book because they are in it. But I don't know, so it's a subtle crossover. Big Bang Comics, we open with the story Galahad, the one featuring the Ninja Turtles, written by Gary Carlson with pencils by Clarence Burke and inks by Dick Tracy alum Jim Brosman. Knignt Watchman manga, this is so cool. Chris Ecker and Chris Samnee plotted this together. Gary Carlson wrote the dialogue, and Chris Samnee supplied the art. It is sublime. I cannot wait to get there. Then we have a little backup feature, a prose piece written by Terrence Grebe Jr. with illustrations by Sean Van Briesen, The Blitz and Speed Queen. And the book ends with a preview of a new series from Roy Thomas and Rich Buckler. I mean, how crazy is that? So we open with this story of Kid Galahad, now known as Galahad. He'll always be Kid Galahad in my heart. Looking for a headhunter, trying to bring this headhunter character to justice, and tracks them down here and realizes that he may have the wrong person, but now he's got the right person. Headhunter looks a little bit like Elektra, I guess, which makes sense because, I mean, if she's called Headhunter, arguably she must be an assassin or something. But then, so he confronts them, they fight, whatever. Suddenly, here comes Shredder, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, really? Here comes Shredder. This is so crazy. I mean, this has got to be worth something. Like, this is, like, such an early, like, from 1997, like, crossover with the Turtles. Gary would go on to write the Turtles. He puts a couple of fun little nuggets in here, like, stating that Splinter and Knignt Watchman were trained by the same sensei or something crazy like that. I like when they go into the sewers here that the art shifts to this more, like, screen tone, zip-a-tone kind of gritty art that, the Ninja Turtles was so famous for. Notably, they don't have their masks here. The turtle tail is dangling. Is that a Mandela effect, whether they had the tail or not? Because they have the tail here. If we need evidence of whether or not they ever had the tail or not. But I mean, I know it's always been kind of a hot topic when it comes to the Turtles. It's funny because they're trying to figure out, before Galahad becomes conscious, they're trying to figure out, if he's a ninja or, they think he's a cowboy, because why else would he have arrows sticking out of his back? And it's just kind of fun. I love the little clever nuggets that Gary Carlson is famous for putting in his stories that always give me joy. Great silhouette here. There's so much great use of black and white art here. Big Bang goes back and forth between black and white and color. The current Big Bang Presents is full color, being published by Indie Planet. Unfortunately, you won't be able to find this issue on Indie Planet, I don't think. But, you need this in your collection. How cool is this? This great Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover. We've got this great looking art with the horizontal blinds that I love so much. Such a sign of the times, such a staple of art from this era. A really great lead story. And such a subtle crossover with the Ninja Turtles. I have to point out though that Gary threw in this great nugget that they're they thought his mask was cool, and they're like, let's make some. So I love that he planted the seed that they would get the idea from their masks from Galahad. So that was fun. Then, how crazy is this? So Chris Samnee, who apparently went by Skippy at the time, he's only 15 years old when Chris Ecker and Gary Carlson meet him at a convention. And So I don't know, they love his sketches. You know, Big Bang has always been famous for cultivating artists and, working with artists, new and veteran and of all varying degrees. You know, we would know Chris Samnee. I think I mostly know him for his Daredevil stuff, which is, of course, amazing. But his style would obviously evolve from this. But it's crazy because it's very manga influenced, as you'll see in the story. And it's very crumb tight. Like, it is so good. Um, it's like no 15-year-old has any business being this talented. This looks as good as any manga I've ever seen. Like, it's astonishing, really. The story is so great and fun. Galahad and Knignt Watchman are on a flight that's about to crash, and so they meet up with this sort of anime hero who they're competing for like credit over like saving the day. And of course, as all heroes do, when they meet, they have to scuffle, and it's just a lot of fun. Like this, like I don't dislike manga. Like, who knew that manga was in Big Bang Comics, right? I think it lends itself so well to superheroes. Gary states in, like, the letters page that, you know, a lot of the Big Bang artists were influenced by anime and manga, as many American comic book artists were at the time. You know, Wendy Pini comes to mind, like John Byrne. Everybody loved, Astro Boy and all those great animes. So, I mean, you can see the influence all over the place. So, I think that manga definitely, I don't know. I want to see more Big Bang manga, to be honest with you. I like just so much fun. So great. This has to be a collectible, right? I would love to have this signed by Chris Samnee. Anyway, then we get this like prose story of Speed Queen and Blitz by Terrence Creek Jr. with some art by S. Van Briesen. And it's fun, whatever. I'm not a big fan of like a bunch of prose in comics about superheroes. Like, I want sequential storytelling, but it's fine. I mean, if that's, if that's how you can get some content in or whatever, then it's great. I'm sure it's just, I just like story art. I always look at the letters pages because sometimes you'll see like future prose names in the thing. Nobody there. And then we have this like incredible preview of this book called The Invincibles by Roy Thomas and Rich Buckler. Rich Buckler was like this Marvel artist who had a big studio and worked with a lot of assistants who would go on to become like artists in their own right. A small publisher, CFD publication. It's kind of nice how like, small publishers kind of supported each other. Like, I just did John Orlando's like Cybergen, and I forgot, like, he had a horror book too, but that was a CFD publication because he was an assistant for Rich Buckler. So, and this is written by Roy Thomas. Like, isn't it crazy? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, the history of Big Bang is just like, once you start peeling the onion, the layers are just like crazy. Like, we have Chris Samnee's first published work in here, and it's manga, and then we have a little backup preview by Roy Thomas and Rich Buckler, and I don't know. And plus, I mean, not to mention, of course, the least of which being the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover in sight. So I don't know. It's just insane. Like, it really does just make my head explode. Another banger, y'all. Such a good one. If you see this in the back issue bin, do not hesitate to pick it up. Big Bang comics are definitely the gift that keep giving. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and I'll bring you more soon.